Hey, 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 welcome. Karl Bryan coming at you. Dolphin today. There was a dolphin. Somebody told me there was a dolphin out there. I haven't seen him. His name's Jojo. Has his own Instagram page, actually. Anywho, coming at you from the waves. So today I was going to talk about, got off the phone, one of our coaches does some pretty good numbers, does some pretty cool stuff, runs live events. And I was just gonna, what did the conversation look like? What did we talk about? Maybe let me explain that. So if I got started, I might position this differently. If I got started as a business coach tomorrow from a standing start, and remember, if you're starting from a standing start, you get an airplane and it's on the tarmac, and that's what sucks. And I don't care how smart you are, and if you got a MBA or a master's or a PhD, if you haven't got going, your airplane is on the ground and you got to get it to 10,000 feet. The good news is that once you get it to 10,000 feet, it's going to be easy. Actually, important lesson there is if you meet somebody from the Holocaust, they'll tell you, there's lots of interviews out there, and they'll say it was brutal. The starvation, the dehydration, the abuse, friends dying. I mean, it's brutal, right? Not knowing if they're going to die. But they will tell you that the worst part of it is that not knowing when it was going to end. Okay, how's that relevant? If you're a business coach and you're, say, doing cold calls, or you got to get that airplane off the ground. The good news is once you do get that airplane off the ground, it's at 10,000 feet. Like I have flown a plane, and not very well, to be fair. But once it's at 10,000 feet, like my 9-year-old daughter, quite frankly, could grab the steering wheel and do it, right? Like a bike, right? Going super slow, it's hard. You get some speed, you can let go and ride with no hands. So live events, you got to get 10 under your belt to start to experience the benefits. But the benefits do compound. So the mistake, I think I said this last time, that like a business coach that gets started and is like experimenting day to day, week to week, month to month, quarter to quarter, maybe even year to year. But once you get to the year, hopefully you're on your way. Like if you're going day to day as an experiment, trying to work out whether or not this is going to work for you, and if whoever's guiding you knows what they're doing, etc., probably not going to get very far. You got to go all in. That's the secret. Secret is there is no secret, right? So you got to do 10 events. Here's what's going to happen though. Like let's say you get 10 people. A good number is 10. Okay, why is 10 better than 25? There's a little thing called follow-up. So you want to have less people and excellent follow-up as opposed to more people and poor follow-up. It's a one-on-one. You don't want to be lighting. Those leads are hard to come by and expensive. You don't want to. You want to take advantage of them, right? So anywho, you do the 10 events, and you get, let's say hypothetically, you get 10 people to the event. Let's say 10 people said they would show and then didn't. Okay, so it would be 20. And then say you have 10 people that said they'd love to go, but they couldn't make it. And give me a next time, a date, right? Well, when you do event 2 in a week or 2 weeks or a month, ideally every week, every 2 weeks is the consistency of that, and the multiplying effect, like the force multiplier of that kind of kick in. But anyways, let's just say you're going to do it next week, ideally. You've got 30 people to follow up with next week. Plus, whenever you do an event, the intention that I always put out there when I did a live event is I wanted to get 2 referrals per person that showed up. Not 1, but 2, right? I didn't concentrate on the money, although I'm not Mother Teresa and I'm not pretending that I was or am. But I didn't put out there how much money I'm going to make. I didn't put out there how many appointments I'm going to get. I put out that I was going to get 2 referrals per person. And what I found when I did that is everything looked after itself, because if I got 2 referrals from you, I must have been entertaining. If I get 2 referrals from you, I must have provided good content. If I got 2 referrals from you, I must have been, engaging and engaged you. I must have got you to take notes in your notepad. In other words, drop some bombs and had some good content. So now, by the way, now you got another 20. Now you got 50. Oh my God, nearly got run over. By the way, 50. Now you got 50 people to follow up. But let's just use 30 for the sake of the argument, right? And understand your airplane's on the ground. To get that compounding effect, you got to get her cranking, right? You don't want to look at something more entertaining than my big nose, my silly hat, keep the sun off my face. So event 2, you got 30 people to follow up with. Okay, you do the second event, now what? You got 60 people, you got 90 people, you got 120 people, you got 150 people, you got 180 people, you got 210 people, you got 240. You see how you get, like, all of a sudden, you don't have to generate leads. You don't have to generate leads. Well, it's not that you don't have to generate leads. It's that every time you announce your next event, you're probably going to have 2 to 5 people pre-registered, ready to go. You want to look that way? That's where I'm riding. So that's something to some big hotels. Coming up to my favorite bar, Ricky's. Go have a pop there on Thursdays and Fridays. But anyway, so we're gonna get stuck again. So that happened. Just I don't know how that happened. It just like fell. And I'm like, what's that noise? So anyway, so live events, so you got like 210 people to follow up with. This is when your airplane starts to leave. So every time you do an event, you got a certain amount of people that you're going to be able to follow up with, right? So you got 5 people from a standing start. And now here's another hack. So you want to put joint venture partners in that room. Okay, you've heard, if you follow my stuff, you've heard me talk about 80-20. But then what you do is you go 80-20 of the 20, 80-20 of the 20, and 80-20 of the 20. And then what happens is you end up with 150, okay? So if you've got 10 people in that room and one guy is an accountant who's got 350 clients, he's your 150 moment, possibly. Maybe he's not interested, maybe he doesn't like you, maybe you don't gel, maybe he's there for another reason. But if you put 10 accountants in 10 events, there's going to be one of them who's going to be that 150 guy. Like if you get one accountant, you kill it. Remember the other day I was showing you guys, there was some, I had to be super careful with this phone. These guys are picking up all that seaweed. There's my and, these guys are picking up stuff. This is actually the #1 beach in the world, by the way. Which is kind of cool, in my opinion. So anyway, so you do the events, so then you get 10 accountants at 10 events, and then you get 10 guys that own the magazine, right? And then you get 10 guys that own promotional companies. They sell like mugs and t-shirts and hats. That's ultimately a branding and marketing play. Again, are they providing consulting? Are they providing coaching? Are they providing direction on how to grow a business? By the way, they should, and they're crazy not to, because they'd be, instead of selling pens, they'd probably rather sell a $24,000 coaching / consulting hybrid program with 70-80% margins. But what do I know? Anywho, and the same with the networking guy, right? Like the networking guy sells like $1,000 12-month membership. Why do people join networking groups? I'll give you the red hot tip to grow their business. They're not there for their good looks. They do like the idea of getting out of the house and out of the office, socializing, but they're there to grow their business, right? So provide them that. Networking and having a good elevator pitch is a very small percentage of having a successful company. So that's what I would say to that. What else? So that, and then what's going to happen is one of those joint venture partners are then going to say, could we do this together? And then your answer should be absolutely. And then you guys do it together, and you can absolutely crush it. And now you got, and let me just tell you what happens now. Let me tell you about your little airplane. It's going too fast. It's got too much velocity. Like, you're going to be crushing it. You won't be able to keep up if you do that. You get joint venture partners that have like, want to send you like even just 10 clients each. If you get 5 of them, that's 50 clients plus all the other people that you're going to be get through doing the events, right? One strategy brings it all home. So anyway, so live events. Here again is the hack. If you work with us, you've heard me say this, but it's important. So you don't do one event and then tell me how it's going. You got to do 10. Do 10 events. And then that compounding effect. Now all of a sudden the accountant will show up. Now the magazine will have heard of it and will come. Now the promotional company will be asking you if they could come. They'll be asking if they could bring some of their clients, right? And now, again, you got you get that force multiplier effect, you get the compounding effect, you get the profit acceleration effect. That's exactly what profit acceleration is. You'll be hearing more about that in the future. But like, that's ultimately what your clients, without meeting them, they want to get to $1 million. Stupid. They want to get to $1 million. You want a profitable business that kills it. That's what you want. Too much staring at me, folks. Look at that. This is what you could be looking at. Instead of my big nose. So anyway, so that's it, folks. That's what I got for you. Live events. We have a program, Live Event Mastery, by the way, would help you do all of this. We build the landing pages. We got the scripts. We got 104 PowerPoint slides. Literally word for word script of a 2-hour presentation, and we like put in brackets click, where like you click for the PowerPoint. But at the end of the day, just go. So then, okay, what are the next steps, right? Like, insane speed requires intense clarity. I'm not saying that right. Immense clarity. That's what I'm trying to say. Immense clarity. Insane speed requires immense clarity. It's a sign that I have a Cancun Business Coaching Mastery, because it's true. You didn't create the bullseye. When you play darts and I play darts, we're going for the same thing. It's called the bullseye. You know, if you want to break a board in half, which is about 1 million times easier than you probably think before you've done it, you gotta aim for the middle, and you gotta go 12 inches beyond the board. You don't punch the board, you go through the board, but you gotta be really, really clear with your intention. And that's how you get there. So, anywho. So that's what I got for today, guys. Live events. Get them going. What you want. That's my challenge for you. Go to the chamber, book it. Go to the golf course, book it. Go to the yacht club, book it. All right, folks. That's all I got. God bless you. Take care.